Hello students, today we have seen class 7th English chapter number 3.3 A Crow in the House, all questions and answers. First, what dangers were likely to befall the young crow? Answer is the young crow was in danger of being crushed by a cart or a tanga or seized by a cat. Second, who were the other members of the other family living in the same house? Answer is the other members of the author's family living in the same house were his grandfather, his grandmother, and Aunt Mabel. Third, did the author's grandfather like animals? How do we know that? Give two examples from this page to support your answer. Yes, the author's grandfather liked animals. This is apparent from the fact that he helped the author to restore the crow to life. Grandfather also had a lot of pets in the house. This shows that he liked animals. Fourth, what is implied in he took over the administration of the house? Answer, he took over the administration of the house means that he did whatever he wanted to and made new rules in the house. The others accepted his behavior. Fifth, guess how Caesar learned to say hello hello. Answer, Caesar had been taught by the author to say hello hello. 6. What is meant by Aunt Mabel never was a success with the pets? Can you think of the reasons why it was so? Answer, Aunt Mabel never was a success with pets meant that pets did not like Aunt Mabel. This was probably because she too did not like them and objected to their presence in the house. Animals can sense it when someone dislikes them. Seventh, what is implied in the following sentences? Most of the neighbors were represented in our house by a toothbrush. Answer, it means that Caesar had stolen toothbrush from the houses of most of the neighbors and made a collection of them on top of the cupboard in the author's room. 8. What actions of the author show that he loved Caesar? Answer, the author had taught him to sit on his arm and say kiss kiss while he placed his head gently against the author's mouth. When Caesar broke his leg, the author carried him home and looked after him with love and care. When he died, the author buried him in a grave along with all the toothbrushes and clothes page he had taken so much trouble to collect. All these actions show that the author loves Caesar. English workshop. First, A. Find anatonyms for the following from the story. Answer. First, motionless, restless. Second, captivity, freedom. Third, frequent, occasional. Four, dull, gleaming. Fifth, gentle, fierce. 6. Cooperated, objected. 7. Deep, shallow. 8. Humble, snobbish. B. Now try to find out synonyms, words that means the same. For the following, you may use a dictionary or thesaurus. Answer. First, disapprove, objected. Second, bits, pieces, shreds. Third, achievements, success. 4. Attracted, fascinated. 5. Nuisance, pest. 6. Mishap, digester. 7. Control, restricted. 8. Rebuke, scold. Second, using your imagination, write how the other pets in the house could have objected to Caesar living in their house. Answer. The other pets in the house could have objected in various ways. The dogs whose tail Caesar pulled could wait till Caesar was eating his food in his special bowl kept on the table. Then they could jump on the table and upset the bowl. They could pounce on Caesar and pull his tail. Harold, the hornbill, could try to catch Caesar's leg through the bars. He could try to pull out Caesar's feathers. He could scold him in bird language. Maybe he could fill his big beak with water and try to get Caesar wet. Third, prepare a table to show Caesar's pranks at home and outside. Answer: Caesar's pranks at home. First, he danced about on the dining table. Se- Second, he fidgeted about and investigated things. 3. He would empty the matchbox. 4. He would rip the daily paper to spreads. 5. He would overturn a vase of flour. 6. He would tug at the tail of a dog. 7. He would squabble with a hornbill and peck at his feet. 8. He knocked off Aunt Mabel's spectacles. Caesar sprang outside. First, he would visit neighbors' houses frequently. Second, he would steal pins and pencils, hair ribbons, combs, keys, shuttlecocks, toothbrush, and false teeth. Third, he would snatch sweets from children. Fourth, he would take up clothes pages from the clotheslines. Question number 4. Relate the life story of Caesar, rearranging the facts in a proper sequence in the form of a flowchart. Young Crow is saved by the narrator. The crow is named Caesar. Caesar begins to upset things at home. Caesar objects to being caged. Caesar begins to trouble neighbors. Neighbors flings a stick at Caesar. Caesar passes away. Fifth, rewrite in your own word. A. One event from the story. Answer: when Aunt Mabel paid the author a visit, Caesar, impressed by her so called friendly behavior, at first landed on her arm and demanded a kiss. As soon as Aunt Mabel, or delighted, put her cheeks forward, her spectacles grabbed his attention, and he was so mesmerized by the glasses that he clung to them. Aunt Mabel shouted help, but by then Caesar had already knocked the spectacles off her nose while she was left crying in the pen due to her scratched, bleeding nose. B. One of the Caesar's traits that makes you laugh. Answer: Caesar had this weird habit of stealing things and bringing them to the author's house for no apparent reason. It's funny because they would steal all their essentials, including false teeth. To imagine a collection of false teeth invokes laughter. 6. Hold a debate on pets or pests. Answer: pets are the most lovable beings around us. When it comes to a dog's loyalty, as we know, is their trademark. Besides being friendly, they shower unconditional love. Their presence in itself is a stress booster. They have the art of lifting one's spirit with their playfulness and joyful nature. Pets help combat depression. Most pets are the least demanding. When one comes all tired from the workplace, pets are always there welcome. Their cheerfulness is extremely contagious. Their very presence adds to the energy of the environment. Although they cannot speak like humans, they express their emotions far more effectively, and even when it comes to understanding emotions, pets sense it pretty fast. So, pets are a blessing to have. Pets are pests as they are quite demanding when it comes to food. All of us know how choosy a cat is. Besides, pets eat into one's constructive time as they are dependent for their daily chores. They dirty the house and require special training. Not all pets are friendly, some even create trouble for the neighborhood, and more often than not, the owner of the pet is held responsible. Guests fear coming home when they know there is a pet dog. Moreover, one cannot travel with a carefree mind when one has a pet back home, making adjustments to keep the pet when one is away in another challenge, and most important, often when one loses one's pet, it becomes quite difficult to overcome the sorrow due to emotional attachment. Hence, pets are nothing but pests. 7. Do you have pet animals? Write an interesting story about your own or your friend's pet. Answer: Yes, I do have a pet dog named Brady. He usually gets along well with almost everyone, but one of my neighbors, Miss Miranda, an old woman aged 70, didn't seem to have impressed the canine. He would do his utmost to make her life miserable, sometimes tilting her dustbin kept outside her door, spreading garbage all over her entrance door, other times barking at her guests so fiercely to shoo them away before they could meet her. But one evening, when Miss Miranda got stuck in the lift, Brady immediately recognized her voice. He couldn't bear to hear her cry of anxiety mixed with fear. Off he went running, searching for the security guard and rescue her. Since then, both Brady and Miss Miranda are best friends. 8. Language study complement. There are two types of complement: subject complement and object complement. Subject complement is a word or a phrase used after a verb that describes the subject. The underlined words and phrases in the following sentences are subject complements. First, I am hungry. Second, my sister become a teacher. The word hungry and the phrases a teacher describe the objects of the verbs. Therefore, they are subjects complements. An object complement comes after the object of a verb and gives us information about the object. The underlined words and phrases in the following sentences are object complements. Third, the class made her the monitor. The teacher found my answer correct. The phrase the monitor gives us information about the object her correct gives us information about the object my answer. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, इझी सोल्युशन क्लासेस चॅनलवर सर्व विषयांचे स्वाध्याय अपलोड करत आहोत. चॅनलला सबस्क्राईब करा आणि सोप्या भाषेतील स्वाध्याय अभ्यासा. थँक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.